I got something for you. Let's get this going. Welcome to KO Bets. My name is Bill. Before I get started, please like the stream, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support tremendously. It's summertime, right? And I've been acting like it. I've been absent a few weeks. And I don't want to get in that habit, but there's just been a lot going on. My sister had her shower last weekend, so I had a bunch of family that was in town hanging out with them Friday. And then I think like 3 weeks ago I missed a week because I was on a bachelor party. And it's just, I work a lot Monday through Friday, so it's tough for me to like have the energy on like a Wednesday to go live, you know what I mean? And so I gotta budget a little bit better with my week, but I'm happy to be here tonight. I got off work early today. If you hear something humming, new house, I've got a window unit going. It's hot in Illinois. It's hot, and did some swimming today, which was cool. Do you have a pimple? Feels like it. It's a rare thing. Alright, let's get started. Let's do it. Let's go. Alright, we're not even going to recap last week. I did, where the f did my mouse go? I see it when I go fast, but I don't see it. Holy shit. 1 second. We're back. Yeah, I did like one or two really big bets, and it worked out well. Like a couple of parlays, but that's all I kind of did. I don't know. I might start taking that approach moving forward, just because it's, you don't gotta bet on every fight, right? If we could double our money in a night, that's a good thing, right? It doesn't matter if it's one fight or if it's 14 fights, right? But we don't need to be being that risky. So, first fight of the night, Xiaolong taking on Chang Ho Lee. I think Xiaolong is the younger fighter. I'm sure if we get that information on SureDog. Doesn't appear to be on the UFC website. See, I'm rusty. This is what happens when you don't say persistent, consistent. 26 years old. Yeah, and he was young when he was on the road to the UFC. Young when he made an appearance on Dana White's Contender Series in 2021. Would have been like 23 at the time. So, good prospect. I think he's a good fighter. Against Chang Ho Lee, he's going to have to watch that takedown defense. I think this is an interesting fight. Very close line. I like Chang Ho Lee as the minute winner. I like his grappling ability. He's persistent with it. He's, from the first second of the fight to the last second of the fight, he'll be looking to take down Xiaolong. And Xiaolong, I'll give him a stand-up advantage in this matchup, but, could be the moment winner, but I like Cheng Ho Lee to just be the minute winner, grapple his way to a 3-round decision. So give me Cheng Ho Lee here. Is that baseball? Cheng Ho Lee is the underdog right now at plus 105. So I like that. And then, what's the decision? Plus 200 for the decision. It's pretty good. I might sprinkle that. There's my Twitter. I'll post pics, my official bets for tomorrow in the morning. Magomed Gazialulov taking on Brenson Ribeiro. I guess I've seen Bredson fight more than this. What's going on with my... One moment, please. I apologize. We can get this looking a little better. I like Bredson Ribeiro, but I think if we'll get a good picture of the type of fighter he is. He's 0-1 in decisions, right? So he's either kind of hurting his opponents or he's getting hurt. Look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 first round results. So this is probably a fight that's not going to go the distance. As far as Magomed, this is going to be the biggest test of his career, but he appears to be really well-rounded, good grappler. That's what I would recommend for him, is to probably grapple with Bredson, especially early, get top position, and you'll probably get him out of there in round 1. So I'm going to go with the favorite in Magomed, but it's like an official bet, but I'm not going to touch that minus 345 line. I think we're looking at, over-unders at 1.5 rounds. I'm sure there's a bet like fight to start round 3, no, at minus 275. That's not good enough. But maybe we sprinkle like the Bredson round 1 result at plus 500. I don't hate that. And then maybe that's a hedge. And then as far as the bet, it's like Magomed and under a round and a half, something like that. But it'll probably be over in round 1, this fight. So I don't think he should be hanging minus 345 odds on Magomed right here. Kyungyo Kang taking on Moin Gafarov. That was a rough pronunciation. Kang, I've actually kind of enjoyed watching him fight. But Moin Gafarov should have this matchup here. I think he's got more output. I'm sure he's going to have a little bit of a grappling advantage here, but I think this fight primarily plays out on the feet, and Moin Gafarov is he's one of those dudes. He just throws everything pretty hard, and he puts a lot of volume out there. Likes to strike from range, or at least demonstrated that in his last fight. And I like his activity, his output in this matchup. So I'm gonna go with Moin Gafarov. I think on the Kung Ho Kang side, I think you're looking for him to hurt Moin Gafarov and just be the moment winner. Both of these guys are I think pretty durable. You know, they've got 3-round cardio. They're not going to fade. But yeah, I like Moin Gafarov to be the minute winner. So give me Moin Gafarov. I guess I like the decision as the result. And then, yeah, I think Kung Ho Kang, his best chance of winning is just being the moment winner. Maybe dropping Gafarov, and we've seen that happen before. Try and drop him. Steal rounds with damage in big moments. Rinat Fakhretdinov taking on Nicholas Dalby. I like Rinat in this spot. Nicholas Dalby, he's looked good as of late, but I just feel like Rinat's going to have a big advantage when it comes to the takedown ability, and Nicholas Dalby, he gets taken down pretty easily. But Rinat's going to probably have to be ready to go. 15 minutes with Dalby. I've been kind of switching back and forth between like a submission result or just a decision for Rinat Fakhretdinov. We're going with him. Check the odds. Yeah, I mean, at plus 450, I think Dalby's last loss might have been a submission. Well, he did get submitted by Jesse Ronson. But outside of that, he doesn't have any submissions. I just think Rinat Fakhretdinov's going to be able to take him down easily, control him. So give me Rinat in this fight. And I'll say, like, I kind of like the submission odds there. Mohamed Naimov taking on Philippe Lima. This is a really interesting fight. I think Philippe Lima's stepping in on short notice here. And he comes from he's a belt holder in his current promotion. And he's a good fighter. 12-1. Yeah, he's a dynamic fighter, good striker. And so it's an interesting fight against Naimov, who's looked really good so far in the UFC. Look at that. We've got two KO wins. Yeah, he looks really good. Man, I feel like if this fight takes place on the feet, Philippe Lima is going to be a really good striker, and he's going to look good there. I don't like... I guess I would favor Naimov on the mat, but I don't know. This is an interesting fight on short notice, for sure. I agree with the fact that it's probably a coin flip. I think it'll probably be a decision. And I'm going to give it to Lima, I guess. Naimov's super good, though. He throws really hard as well. Good output. I just think Lima's going to be a little more technically sound on the feet. So I like the decision for Lima, I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm going to roll with. Nasrat Haqparast taking on Jared Gordon. This is another matchup I feel good about. I just think Jared Gordon's a good fighter. He's a tough test, right? He's a tough 15-minute test for any opponent. But I just think Nasrat's a little bit better. Not a little bit better, a lot better in the striking department. Jared Gordon, if he could, would, I think, benefit from taking down Nasrat, who has gotten taken down before, but he's going to have to stay safe doing that. If I don't know, I felt like I know it was a headbutt against Bobby Green, but this is probably, besides Bobby Green, the toughest striking opponent he's been up against. He's not really fighting striking specialists like Nasrat at all. And I like Nasrat to go out there and just style on him on the feet. Does he get taken down? Perhaps. But give me Nasrat in this fight. I think Nasrat could score a knockout. Yeah, I like Nasrat a lot in this spot. The knockout's at plus 225. I like that better than the decision at plus 120, personally. Main card, Johnny Walker taking on Volkan Oezdemir. And to me, this one's a coin flip. It's the Johnny Walker side, right? I think Johnny Walker, if he shows up with a good game plan and he's just a bull in a china shop, looks for that knockout, I think he could hurt Volkan Oezdemir, who's super technically sound. And I don't think it would benefit Johnny Walker to get into a sparring fight, with Volkan on the feet. I think the way Johnny wins fights is he's just got to impose his physicality and his athleticism and just put these guys away. If we're looking at Volkan Oezdemir, he's got 7 losses. He's got 2 knockout losses. Yuri and DC, so it's not like those are pretty good dudes. I definitely think Johnny could knock him out. I don't know, man. If it's a coin flip, though, all things considering, I guess I kind of like the underdog odds in Volkan. The knockouts at plus 215 for Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker's not the most durable. Can you bet both sides and win money? I guess you could. If you're betting the knockout. I think this fight does inside the distance. I guess my official prediction is going to be the Johnny Walker KO. That's what I'm rolling with. But I think Volkan Oezdemir could definitely win this. Shera Magomedov taking on Antonio Tricoli. This is like the second replacement for Shera this week. I expect Shera to go out there, keep this fight hopefully on the feet, not get taken down, and just style on Antonio Tricoli. It wasn't good to see, Shera's pretty easy to get taken down. He shows a lot of activity off of the back. He's throwing elbows, he's throwing strikes in the guard, but you definitely would prefer it if he would remain standing. He's so dynamic on the feet. I expect Tricoli to try to get some takedowns in this fight, and I'm going to go with Shera. I'm going to say Shera fends him off, eventually hurts Tricoli and gets the knockout win. So give me Shera here. Heavy favorite. Knockouts at minus 190. I guess I could even see him setting it up early, like a round 1 knockout. I'd probably do just round 1 at plus 120 there, but yeah, let's see Shera win this. Calvin Gastelum taking on Daniel Rodriguez. This would have been such an amazing fight a few years ago. It's still a good fight on paper, I get it, but yeah, I mean, Calvin Gastelum couldn't make weight. Daniel Rodriguez was already below 180. Daniel Rodriguez agreed to fight at 185. I mean, the fat boy Calvin Gastelum, he's just got to get his shit together, but he should he should definitely win this fight. Didn't have to stress his body that much because his opponent, for some reason, agreed to 185. I mean, I guess that's what it had to be, but yeah, I just like Calvin Gastelum in this spot. If it was at 170, I'd still like Gastelum. Daniel Rodriguez has just been, he's been getting hurt a little bit lately, right? Got head kicked by Ian Gary. Just got destroyed by Neil Magny. Close fight against Jinglang Li. Kevin Lee, I'm not giving him nothing for that. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a striking matchup. I think Calvin Gastelum eventually hurts Daniel Rodriguez, but I don't know if I can back the knockout entirely, although now that I'm seeing the odds, I guess I like the Calvin knockout more than the decision, but I do think it's going to be a decision. Calvin's not really throwing head kicks like Gary. It's just a different fighter. So give me Calvin Gastelum decision. Boxes his head off. Sergey Pavlovich taking on Alexander Volkov. Man, I think I gotta go with the Sergey knockout here. If he doesn't get the knockout, it's gonna be the Volkov knockout. If I'm Volkov, like, you gotta use that technicality. You gotta be ready to put up the guard and roll with a couple of strikes and try and find a counter in between the craziness that is Sergey Pavlovich in round one. But ultimately, I mean, I don't really like Volkov to do that. I just think I think he's the better fighter. It's just for a 2-minute sprint there at the beginning, Pavlovich is going to be really, really scary. I guess I'd be looking potentially to live bet Volkov, if anything. After we see them kind of settle into more of a rhythm, but I need to see a flurry, him survive a flurry in the first 2 minutes in order to really consider that. So I'm going to go with Pavlovich. I think he finds the chin. I agree at -145. I agree that it happens in round one. But I don't hate the Volkov hedge at +350 there. I think that's not a bad idea. And then we've got the main event. We've got Robert Whittaker taking on Ikram Aliskerov. Ikram stepping in on short notice. 3-week notice or whatever it is for Hamzat, who unfortunately got food poisoning, has to drop out of the fight. So now we get Ikram, who's beaten Worley Alves, Phil Hawes, Souza. Only loss on his record is to Hamzat. Dennis Tululin, we've seen him before in the UFC. The dude's good. There's no question about it. This is a big step up in competition. So it's definitely interesting. I don't know. This is a line I'm just staying away from personally. I feel like some people are super confident on the Whittaker side just because Ikram's getting this opportunity, but Ikram's really good. right? And unfortunately, as gamblers, we've not had the privilege to see him face anyone in the top 10, right? Or is Warlley Alves top 10? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think he is. I'm not even gonna look. So, and he's stepping in there to fight Rob, which is just, it's a huge test. Personally, I don't think he wins it. I like Robert Whittaker in this spot. But Robert Whittaker doesn't really have that, he's not really flooring the gas pedal in his fights. He's, bro, show us. What do you want to see? Oh, you're just responding to me. I gotcha. Yeah, we'll put together a little parlay at the end of this. We're on the last fight. Robert Whittaker taking on Ikram. I gotta go with Rob in this spot, but definitely. I mean, the over/under set at 2.5 rounds. I like the over here. This has got to be a 5-round fight, right? Yeah, this is a 5-round fight. Are we liking plus 165? Yeah, I think so. Hey, Salah El Ghali. Dude, the fights are tomorrow, bro. They're tomorrow. I can't show you the fights. I think the PFL's on tonight. The PFL's so crazy, man. The lines suck. We can go look at it real quick. But no, I'm not gonna. There's some good websites. It's like Stream East. You could go on there, but I got a ESPN Plus, and I'll go there. Meth Streams. Some weird names, right? No, not the PLL. Yo, ESPN's website sucks for this. Yeah. Oh gosh, I could stream it right now. I'm not gonna do it though. I'm sorry, Salah. All you gotta do, though... Here, I'll type it in the chat, okay? I'll type it in the chat for you, dude. And there's no, like... This site, there's no, like, you know what I mean? Questionable pop-ups. There's some, like... It'll take you to, like, Bovada. There's a pop-up, but, you Google that, you're gonna find some streams. It's probably like .eu or it's not .com, But if you type that in, you'll find any sport you want to watch. You can find there. And yeah, if you go to like some of the other links, it's that's where you get some of the weird pop-ups. So I just stick with Stream East, but let's see what's trending. Let's see what's good. Man, I've been... Alright. Just some political commentary. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll, apologize. I can't help it. I'll post my bets tomorrow. I'll give you free bets. For the UFC card tomorrow. I'll put together like a parlay. We could build one real quick. Something good. So like, I feel like Renat and Shara are like locks, right? Absolute locks. I think this is a line you want to keep out of parlays. Magomed, Ribeiro. If anything, we're doing like, because I do like for this fight to end for sure within the first 2 rounds. So we could add like a minus 275 there. This is a little chalky right now. Maybe it'll get better, maybe it won't. I like Nasrat. They don't have strikes, total strikes in the same game parlays. I guess we could throw Nasrat in there. We're up to plus 199. And then I like Calvin Gastelum. I don't want to put him in the parlay. I like Gufarov. I don't want to put him in the parlay. I like Lee. I don't want to put him in the parlay. So this is, honestly, this is probably going to be the, chalky parlay I put out tomorrow. If you get basically a two for one, but I don't know. Anything else? Like, I could see Johnny Walker versus Volkan Oezdemir being a snooze fest. It just depends on what Johnny Walker we get, right? I do think it's possible Calvin Gastelum cracks. I mean, so maybe this is the other line I would look to add is Calvin, and then